in their life. And if I were to put the shoe on the other foot and I tell them, hey, well, control your hypergamy a little bit, I think you need to, bring it down. Down a notch, get a more average guy, they'll look at me like I'm crazy. How dare you tell me what I should be attracted to? How dare you tell me to lower my standards? But they didn't work to get to that position. But they want to turn around and tell you to have self-control when they didn't work for what the they got. It's getting cooked, bro.
Not collecting women. Number 3, high value means having big biceps and an even bigger wallet. A godly man understand?
No, it's about being in shape. Who the ever said? Who said you being high value is about having big biceps and a big wallet? No, it's about being in shape. Bro, see, that's why I can't even take this girl seriously, bro. I can't even take her seriously. Who said that? She's just making this up. Who the said it's about being high value is about having big biceps and a big wallet? Now I know she's lying. What are we doing?
That no amount of money can buy an extra few inches. Number 4, real men don't cry. Godly men are smart enough to know.
No, don't cry in front of your woman. Don't what I said, bitch. Do not what I said, bitch. See, here she is lying. Again, completely misinterpreting what I said. I said don't cry in front of your woman. Do not subject your woman to you being a okay? And honestly, it's for her own good. No woman wants to sit there and watch her guy break down and be unsure of the future. Do not subject your woman to that uncertainty. She doesn't deserve that. So what she doesn't understand is I'm actually protecting the woman by telling the guy not to cry in front of her. Think about it. If a female loves and respects you and submits to you, right? And she defers to your authority, how dare you cry in front of her and make her unsure if she made the right choice? See, no one ever actually looks at what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. Because if you actually listen to what I say, you would realize that women benefit from everything that I'm saying. When I say, don't cry in front of your woman, it's because if you're that guy, you did what you were supposed to do, and you're the provider, you're the protector, etc., that woman clearly relies upon you immensely. So do not make her think she made the wrong decision. Do not make her suffer alongside you. Women can't handle trauma the same way that we can. So since this woman is such a doesn't understand that it's actually for the woman's protection that you don't cry in front of her, let me put it out in layman's terms, because she's so stupid and she's misinterpreting what I said. As a man, it's your job to provide and protect, okay? That's your job. Rain, hail, or shine. There's no lapse in that duty. Whenever you cry in front of your woman, what you've effectively done is you've displayed to your female that you might not be the right partner. Because women have a certain thing in the back of their brain that assesses their man's ability to lead, okay? They can't control it. So it's literally hardwiring. If a girl ever sees you get beat up, if a girl ever sees you cry, if a girl ever sees you display an enormous amount of softness, something in the back of their brain makes their skin crawl, and it's biologically put there for as a survival mechanism. Because for the longest time, women had to attach themselves to a strong man for their own survival. So when I say don't cry in front of your woman, I'm telling you to protect your woman. Your unsurety is your problem, not hers. You took the job on to take care of her and protect her, right? Good. All you're gonna do is stress her out and make her feel nervous. And she can't even help you, to be honest. She can't help you. You're making her feel helpless, and now you've created stress for her. How about you cry in solitude or cry in front of your friends that can actually do something for you to fix the problem? So, yeah, you're right. When I tell men not to cry, I tell them not to cry in front of their woman, who they're responsible for. As a leader, it is my duty to show competency at all times. If I'm a general in the military and I'm leading my troops into charge, I better be sure that we're executing the best and most proficient strategy for victory. I can't show unsurety. I can't be crying. I can't be losing my, like, oh my God, I don't know if we can do this. Oh my God. No matter what's going on, you must be steadfast in your resolve to be a stoic, decisive leader, regardless of how you feel inside. Don't let her see that. She's submitting to you so that she wants you to be the leader. Suck it up and do your job as the man. Don't cry in front of your girl. Your mom dies, your grandma dies, you're at a funeral or some shit, you lost your job, something horrible happens to you, go to the bathroom and just let it out for 5-10 minutes and come back out like nothing happened. Do not let your woman see that shit. Do not. Like this will sit there and tell you, godly men cry in front of their women. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. That is the worst advice ever. So yeah, she's clearly misinterpreting what I said.
Oh, that even the strongest man in history wept. Number 5,
yeah, see, she completely misinterpreted what I said. I said, don't cry in front of your girl, bro. That's a huge difference. And again, this girl's just been lying the entire time.
Marriage to one woman is a trap.
I don't remember anybody saying that. No, it's more about if you want to be monogamous, you can be, but it's got to be on your terms. Most guys are monogamous by necessity because they're girl, because they don't have the ability to keep their girl unless they give monogamy. You need to be able to be polygamous. Whether you actually exercise it or not is up to you. But you need to have the ability to be polygamous. But again, she doesn't. This girl's just like misconstrue everything.
And
misinterpret everything.
Knows that loyalty to one woman is far more respectable than simply collecting option.
Shut the up. That's not another lie. No, women respect men that can replace them. Okay? That's what women respect. Because here's the thing. What women say they want versus what they respond to are two different things. A woman's going to respect you 10 times more if she knows that you can replace her with another bitch. That's the only thing women respond favorably to, especially today's sexual marketplace. Women have all the options. The only thing that you can really do is have the ability to replace her with another chick. That's the only thing women respond to nowadays. You can't slap these no more, bruh. Okay? You can't Sean Connery these up. Welcome, punch! That's what they used to do in the 1950s. But you can't do that anymore. So the only thing you can do is have other women there so that if your girl does something, you can kick her out the house and get another. That's really the only leverage you have. Okay? You can't 007 no more. Welcome, punch! Alright, the same, 1990s WWE, WWF Raw. Dudley Boys through tables and shit like that. Like, those days are done, bro. Stone Cold Steve Austin giving Linda McMahon stunners and shit, bro. You can't do that shit no more, bro. Even WWE doesn't show women getting up no more, bro. Oh my God. Things have changed. Remember, used to throw into the table and stuff? You can't do that no more. We are a full-on PG era. Not just WWE, but in real life too, man. There's nothing to check there's nothing to check bad female behavior anymore, guys. All of the roadblocks that used to keep women in line are gone. Okay? Shame, religion, institution, all of it is gone, dude. All of it. Or been significantly reduced in effectiveness.
The 5 biggest lies that fake alpha men will tell you that godly men never would.
Yeah, this is true. Oh.
Number 1, if you're not a virgin, you're worthless.
Yeah, this girl, what is this? Hey, you know what's funny? I'm willing to bet that this girl was before she did this whole shift. Yo, I am willing to bet, bro, that this girl probably did some 304 and then changed. Yeah, she's a corporate lawyer. Yeah, bro. Yeah, see, there we go. There's corporate lawyer. There we go. There we go. There we go. That means she went to college for a significant amount of time. And we know what women do in college. So, anyway, no, good video, bro. Good video.
Legalize it.
Give me NBA. I'm gonna rank your son, and your son. Don't do it. I got this.
You gotta rank your son
all the time.
Oh, okay.
He's the greatest two-way player currently.
Come on, Mr. Tate.
Period. Hands down, and Mr. Tate might not say nothing. Disagree with your opinion. Everybody got their opinion. I probably got the top 3 best player in the whole world. He said 3. You heard that. I can LaMelo Ball number 2, right? How can he be number 2? Because I'm number 1. Y'all can be 1A, 1B. My son is the most entertaining player in the NBA. He is entertaining, isn't he? That's all I'm going to say. He is entertaining. And what are we in? Entertainment.
They all number 1.
All right, well, I take that.
Yeah.
Tonight when I got a heater, he's my kid. If you want to try to go down the heater, you already know what the time he got. Go spit. I ain't gonna lie, nigga, I did it for my cat with a bro, nigga. I try to go for it.
I'm almost 40 years old, you know what I mean? I'm a high value woman. But
Are you married?
it doesn't matter.
The reason why guys have
Outside this red.
typically tied to your
I talk with a lot of young people, and I know one of their biggest concerns while dating somebody is their body count. Can we go down the line and say how many bodies do you want to date the opposite sex?
I feel like when you get over a certain age, it doesn't matter because that's what you think about.
Okay, so no cap.
I'm almost 40 years old. If you're worried about how many people your partner slept with, it's
No cap.
Yeah.
But I should take care of
I don't really care how many people somebody has slept with. What I care about is, what's inside and how they treat me. So
Your partner is somebody who you were interested in slept with.
obviously, if somebody slept with 1,000 guys, I'd have a lot of questions for her. That would be a little. What is it? But for the most part, in a general term, if I met somebody that went through times in her life, like the female version of Will Chamberlain, for example, then
That's exactly right.
but obviously I would have questions. But what I'm trying to say is, it's not the end all be all. That makes sense.
I think for me it's about inconsistency. So like I said, the guy I'm with right now, he was my first body, but up until then I meet a lot of guys who fetishize that I'm a virgin. I think
Alright,
sexual access versus women who need to preserve their value because as soon as they turn 18, they can get any guy that they want. And so if they go ahead and gamble it away and spend their, youth and time being, it's going to hurt them later on. That's literally the basis as to why we were talking about before her OnlyFans shit's going to, despite the fact that she's saying I'm a virgin or whatever, the fact that she does sex work in general doesn't inherently lower her value because men look for purity. It's one of the most important things we look for when looking for a mate. Now, if you guys don't want to understand biology, that's the reality. Yes, it's because
Our rich, ugly guys.
and the reason why you just mentioned child, that's the primary reason. We must ensure paternity. And before the advent of paternity tests, we had to kind of take the woman's word. So the reason why guys have a vested interest in a woman not being a is because if she's not, we know the child's ours.
Yeah, but
It's a
girls
simple
can say the
definition.
same thing in reverse, where they don't want a guy with a lot of sexual partners because that's going to divert his resources away from hers. You can make the Evo Psych argument in reverse. And, yeah.
No, because is your boyfriend a virgin?
I'm not talking about his sexual history. I'm not going to talk about his sexual history, but I will say prior to him, all my exes before him were Christian conservatives. They all kept low body counts. A lot of them were also evaluating to marriage.
Okay,
So I will say that. So I'm just saying it's fine to have that standard. I'm just saying if you're going to standard, yeah. I'm saying girls don't actually want promiscuous guys. Girls just okay, can I finish?
Women literally
Girls don't want
easy
guys.
mode when it comes to sexual access. I find it interesting that you mentioned, oh, I was a virgin. Why did you lead with that? Because you understand that your value as a partner is intrinsically tied to your body count.
Yeah.
That's why you mentioned it.
Yeah,
Now,
because you run away from men.
here's
And I'm
the
saying
thing.
the definition of somebody watching your girlfriend get either men is saying by your definition, so I'm saying if he's one of my main cards, you dumbass, it's not my left. Second of all, women do often care about guys' promiscuity. Women do care about guys' promiscuity. They suck it up most of the time. Because like the reason I said you can make the Evo Psych
Your body
in
count,
different ways.
your body count mattered way more to him than his body count matters to you. Because women understand, hey, guys are gonna have a body count. It is what it is. If anything, men with higher body counts tend to be attractive because they have social proof, they demonstrate higher value, and they're able to be attractive to other women. Versus on your totem pole, you care more about his status, how he looks, what he does. He's caring about, okay, is this chick a virgin? You literally said,
No.
I gave her my virginity. What does that imply?
It's funny because outside this red pill world, most guys find it they find it weird if a girl at my age is a virgin. Like I lost it at 26. Outside of the red pill,
It's really virgin and like 50 plus bodies that a lot of like men
I guess my point is most guys I speak to.
They find it weird, but they
It's not about virginity, it's about chastity, it's about not wanting to just get pressured into sexual experiences just because society says you have to, just because they're like, oh, you're an OnlyFans, so you might as well let it go. I don't subscribe to her. I just don't
Is
want to
there an amount of money you could make that would retire you from your sex work?
If so, I've already made it, so no, I'm
Can I
sure
ask you a question, sir? I'm sorry, what was your name again?
A lot.
Would you rather be allowed? Did he say Benjamin Netanyahu? I didn't know you were going to say. Would you rather be with a woman who treats you like shit, who doesn't do anything for you, who's terrible in bed, but has only been with one or two men in her life? Or would you rather be with someone who has been with 1,000 men, but treats you fantastic, respects you, doesn't cheat on you, and is a loving person? Or would you rather have you answer that question?
loving person.
Okay, so you choose between the two? You're telling me you'd rather have somebody that treats you like shit, baby, than somebody who
So let me take this. See, here's the thing. I would take the girl that's one or two bodies, and I'll tell you
that
what.
treats you like that.
Well, here's the thing. As a man, your job. Let me explain. As a man, your job is to turn your woman into basically your follower. She's your assistant. Your job is to make her be useful to you.
Misogyny.
You're gonna come in and train her. Okay, so
Misogyny.
let me ask. It's misogyny. Okay. So explain to me, why do women want a guy that's taller, makes more money,
Not every woman wants that.
dominant?
No, in fact, a lot of them don't.
The majority of
No, they
women,
don't.
overwhelming, look for status, short, broke guy. That's like the majority of women.
Byron, you're tall, you're single.
Hold on. The overwhelming majority of women wants a guy that's taller, stronger, more competent, and is a leader. That's the truth. It's biology.
It's really.
It's a fact. It's a literal fact.
Every woman
It's
has
not really that you guys are old now. But the reality is, you don't have the same ability to command a higher status guy. That's why you guys have a high value woman. So, to be fair, a high value woman is a woman that can get a high value guy to lock her in and take his last name. Women get their value from the men that they're with. Men get their value based on what they provide to society. We are not the same, okay? Men are evaluated completely differently than women are.
Ladies and gentlemen, Byron is so popular on social media.
Yes,
You say
because I tell the truth. Now, this is...
Elizabeth, where's Elizabeth? Is Elizabeth here?
We got...
Everybody got...
You guys, let's get... Hold on. There's a reason. Hold on one second.
You stop listening to
Sharia law.
Yeah, Sharia law is exactly what it is, dude.
there-
Women only want
You
told
need a
guys with
dialogue.
money. Oh,
Anyway,
shut up,
there's
dude.
a reason.
Hairpiece.
There's a reason guys like me and
Oh, right.
et cetera,
Yeah, right.
because we're saying what all men are thinking.
Oh, right.
We don't want annoying.
From a single guy.
Trying to tell us what it is.
Right.
We know what we're attracted to, and these on the left try to tell you guys,
Right.
no, you should want a woman into.
Hey, listen to him.
Never said that. Never said that. Never said that.
We don't
Never
want
said
that.
that. All right, we got apparently women don't want you. You're single.
Okay, guys, we got someone up here who is.
Elizabeth, you asked a question, but give us your opinion on the question.
So I will say this, one of the biggest problems we have in our society right now is testosterone.
Right.
Yes.
That
And
clear,
encourage
that,
the men in here, if you
It
have
is,
not
yeah.
had your testosterone levels checked, you should.
yeah, Myra.
And the problem is that as women, as men are
You're a
losing
circle.
testosterone.
You're literally.
Come on, hold on.
So, Myra,
Let
you,
him after
you know I
Myra,
love
we
you,
can't, dude.
and I support everything you say and do. I'm
So you believe women are second-class citizens?
Yeah, my problem is
that's
that
absurd.
men are not stepping up. Their testosterone levels are low. Like Brian.
Come on down. Come on down here real quick. Come on. Come on, no, walk up here. Come on. This way. Listen to the words I'm saying. Walk up here. God. It's like,
She says, did she say my testosterone levels were low? Well, I'll be happy to tell you that I actually saw a doctor 6 months ago, and I had some blood work done, and they were actually too high. Did you know that bald men have an
The
average?
fact that you feel like you have to justify yourself tells me you have a testosterone problem.
Their testosterone, yeah. Do I have low testosterone? Because I don't think people like you are second-class citizens.
Always
Like
had
this
to
bigot
be
fool over here.
subject to you hitting on my rights.
That's what it is.
I'm really uncomfortable with.
That's what it is.
Leprechaun.
Yeah. That's what it is. I'm hitting on a bigoted fool. Great point. That's why I love testosterone.
Really good Lucky Charms.
Great point.
Brian,
You do a lot with women than you do, apparently.
But real quick, Brian, is it really that hard for you to comprehend that she has this opinion as a woman? I mean,
As a woman, to make an assumption about somebody, because
It's not an
hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
let her answer.
It's not an
As a
assumption.
woman, excuse me, you're not a doctor. You have no medical degree, so be quiet and let me finish.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
Now it sounds like my
Maybe this is making me feel like a man. That's okay.
For you to
Anything you need to feel like a
be
man.
quiet and let me finish.
You gotta say that. No, you're sleeping now.
For you to make an assumption about somebody, whether it be anything.
I was talking in
Can I
general.
just
You
talk
took
for
it
5
personally.
seconds without
I just said you were being.
I'll be honest, you might have a lot more
That's no
testosterone.
assumption. You were being.
I agree, you have a lot of testosterone. But anyway, let me just make. Can I talk for 5 seconds without being interrupted by you know like.
Right ahead.
By the way, what is up with that? Forget it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, listen.
Oh, here we go.
For you to make an assumption about somebody and their testosterone because you might not like a
Did I say,
political
Brian, you
opinion.
have a testosterone
Yes,
problem?
you said it right over there.
I said-
you said I have low
I said
testosterone.
we
Now
have a
that's fine. You can
testosterone
think that if you
problem in
like.
this country.
Oh, you also mentioned my name and you
No,
said
I said you were being.
Okay. You said I love you. So what is your definition of being?
You were hitting on Myron nonstop.
Okay. So
Very comfortable. Thank you.
let me be very clear on that.
Can you blame him?
I don't have a fetish for bigots or grifters, okay?
that's why you date a MAGA. That's why you date a MAGA girl.
Number two, for you to assert that I am actually defending women and that I think they should be equal to men and they have the intellect to not,
You're
excuse
doing
me,
it
I'm not
out of-
done yet. To be in the kitchen like Myron thinks, instead of having a job and having a career and being able to live the life they live, if you think that women are a second-class citizen, then you're I want you deported to Gaza.
And that's a better opinion.
Wait, why Gaza because you're getting
I'm
blown
supposed to
up?
feel that's a better opinion.
It's a very thing to say. I'm at agree with Myra. So
Clearly I hit him there.
here's the thing. Let me be clear here. When we're talking
Here
about
comes the misogynist. Here we go.
talking about women as human beings, we're not saying that they're lower from a human being.
You said second-class
As
citizen.
a matter of fact, I would say women are very important because they carry on the next lineage of children, so we must protect them. However, when it comes to the confinements of a relationship, men and women are absolutely not equal. And she understands this because she has a long-term relationship. And it's
Equal as
successful.
how?
Now, she understands
Mentally or
that a
physically?
man is a leader.
How are they not equal? Like physically, mentally, what
Let me
makes me
explain.
specific?
All the parameters that women look for in a man, typically based off the guy having higher status and higher strength, income, capacity, everything than her. Women don't see their equals when it comes to a relationship. You make egalitarianism that you're talking about?
You make assumptions about every woman in society.
women.
I have a
Overwhelming majority of women want a guy that's 6 foot plus,
Yeah.
100,000 plus per year. Short,
Okay, wait.
smart.
Not every woman is
Second,
materialized. I got a question for Myra and for Brian. Why do you think it is that there has never been a female chess world champion?
Well, I mean, there's also never been a female president. There's a lot of things.
Hold on there, gosh darn minute. I asked you about chess, which any woman could enter the competition, and there's never been a world champion.
Sure. So I'll be the first one to admit I'm not a chess player. I don't know anything about chess. I would imagine it's a.
Doesn't surprise me.
I would imagine it's a brain game. They say, Tim, you can relate to this. You're a poker player. You would admit that, poker's a mental game, right?
Women never raise; they always call.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, you've never played against Annie Duke like I have. But anyway,
That's one woman.
all right, hold on. So there are a lot of great female poker players.
Of course. Yes.
Now, a woman has never won the main event. So here's the reason, in my opinion. There's a much smaller percentage of professional chess players and poker players than there are male. So I think you have to look at the percentage of it and say to yourself, if you have 300 female poker players and 8,000 male players in the World Series of Poker, the chances of a woman winning
I understand.
are far less.
Agreed. Now, the question then becomes, why won't women play chess?
Well, I don't speak for all women like apparently Myron does, but I will tell you that I don't know a lot about chess. I know that poker's also a mind game. There's plenty of women that play poker. Maybe not as much as men.
Let me just say this. In most of these sporting events, or
sports are
even
different.
strategy,
Yeah.
well, it's just...
That's a physical thing. That's different.
So in poker, chess, and all things similar, even with Pokemon or whatever,
Right.
the proportion of women who play is substantially lower, and it's comparable across the board in every one of these fields.
Yeah, I think that's
Why is that?
Well, first of all, I'm not one of those lefty people that thinks that, WNBA players should be getting paid as much as men. That's absurd. I also have always said this. I said this on your show. I've said this on plenty of other shows. I do not believe that women should be in women's sports. I know I'm kind of, expanding here. But the point I'm trying to make to your original question is there's a smaller percentage of women professional chess players.
I'm asking you why. Why won't women play chess?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm not
Because
that's
women are fundamentally different.
All right, guys, so we're only 10 minutes left.
I don't know the answer to that.
All right, next person, Clayton, come on. What do you have for us, Clayton? Come on, get on the mic. Clayton's right there. He's right there.
children with, but if I don't find that at that time, I'm not gonna be sad about it. You have your whole life to find somebody that's truly for you. And I feel like love is something really special. I don't wanna just be with somebody just because they have money or just because they're that, you know what I mean? So in 10 years, I definitely wanna be already, stable with a man, married. okay. Life goes on. I can find somebody at whatever time, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Ideally, yes, married, but I feel like what's for me will be for me. And when the time is ready, it's gonna be. You know, I don't put a time on when I think I'm gonna be married or where I think I'm gonna be. I kind of just let things ride.
You go with the flow. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Ideally, I would like to be married and have a family, but I still want to travel, enjoy life without any, I guess, attachments and just do my own thing. So I can't really say where I would be in that station 5 years.
Translation, I want to fuck around with other dudes. Okay, cool.
No. Come on.
You got some stuff?
No, but I
We
mean,
gotta translate the womanese for the guys here because a lot of guys.
you know, I want to start a business. I want to do other things, you know. So if it fits, it fits.
Okay. Fair enough.
If it fits, it
If
fits.
it fits, it fits. What a
Fashion.
You know, if it fits, it fits. What a fitting comment.
Okay, so ladies, this is your chance to ask us a question as well. Just one question before we get like the main topic here.
Yeah.
So anything, dating, lifestyle, sex, what guys really want, you can ask us.
And only ask what
We
you
can
want to
ask
know the
you?
truth for.
We can ask it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't want to make this an interrogation. In the meantime.
Okay, Dr. Clyde, $20, pounds.
Okay, think of a question, lady. Who will read these real
American
quick.
women certainly have extremely high standards for being marginal looking. Now this explains why I meet so many American men on my travels saying they don't want to go back. Foreign beauties are stealing your men. No, real talk. A lot of guys leave the States and go to Colombia, Mexico, whatever. They find girls over there that are feminine and they're like keeping catering to them and they don't want to come back. So I was like, I get it, you know?
Yeah. The Wandering Dream, 24 hours. Fresh and Fit had a workplace accident and I'm laid up, but I got my flight attendant to help me through it. Ladies, be his flight attendant. Thank you for that, Wandering Dream. Go Super Black. That's $50. The last show you had with Big Jugs was so good. That show could have went double platinum. Was so much knowledge on that show. And Kevin Sanders at Fresh Fit is my new inspiration. And P.S. Get that dude back with the dreads. He was an assassin on that show.
Yeah, that's our boy, man.
Allende.
Yeah, that's our boy. Yo, so go follow his YouTube. Tips and Whips.
Tips and Whips.
With Allende.
And I linked his YouTube channel in the description of that video.
Perfect.
Huge ass, $25 Canadian. Shout out to OG channel, Face and LMS, been RP, men for the current channels today. Please get Alexander Grace on here with the Women Someday piece. You know, he's been requested, but he's all the way in Australia and they have a travel ban, but we'll reach out to him.
Okay.
Shout out to Alexander Grace. And then these are the guests, by the way, on the show. There's their Instagrams, guys, so you can send your dick pics there. So, okay, ladies, we gave you guys some time to come up with some questions. We'll start over here, actually. Do you have a question for us, or we skip it?
Yeah, it's kind of referring to like a previous show that you did about like high value men. So you say that if a woman wants to date a high value man, she should prepare that, you know, he could be catering to other women, correct?
Yeah.
So should women kind of just not commit and just kind of maybe date other guys as well and not be as committed to that guy? I mean,
well, okay, I see what you're asking.
you understand?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You go first.
No. You go first, bro. I know where this is going.
No, you go first. Because I can tell you,
Come on, man, come on.
Why don't y'all go first?
Okay. So, the question is, should a woman, knowing that her man that's high value may have other options, should she stop being monogamous and go? What are you saying? So honestly, if you go on that road, what's gonna happen is, if you wanna go on that guy, he will never take you serious. Because once again, women and men have different roles to play, and regarding your I would say regarding what you do to keep a guy in place is being monogamous to him. But if you play the fool, you have different partners, whatever, the guy's gonna be like, you know what, this is cool and all, this is fun, but I can't take you seriously. So you can keep your options open, but just know that guy that you want to get that value guy totally won't take you seriously, because I mean, he's like, you know what, yeah, this girl's cool and all, but she's for the streets. So off rip, he wouldn't take you seriously.
So, well, women would think the same way with a guy then.
Well, here's the thing, right? The guy that
Like, what's the difference?
he's basically taking care of you, for the most part. If it's the right guy, he's paying your bills, he's making sure that your nails are done, your hair's done. Basically, he's giving you a lifestyle where you don't have to worry about anything. And as a result, it's kind of like, okay, you know what? Don't want to lose this guy just because of my feelings, or do I understand, you know what? As a man, he's doing his job, and as a woman, I'm playing my role. It's kind of like you can have what you want, you can't have icing on the cake. If that makes sense. Wait, did that make sense? No.
What she's saying is like she knows that the guy's still women.
Yeah. So, no, okay, so this is the caveat here, right? I was like, how about you guys should let your girl know up front, okay, this is what it is. Don't like say, oh, I'm gonna be with you only baby girl, and lie to her, and then do behind her back. But if you're honest about it, and she knows what's up, then it's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, that's respectful.
yeah.
I respect that.
So I'm gonna probably get you guys mad about what I'm about to say.
It's coming.
The reality is when you deal with certain types of men, higher earning men, higher status men, you're gonna have to get comfortable with the fact that other women are gonna want him too, and that you're gonna have to share him. Now, my thing is that men and women love differently and we show commitment differently. So if you're dating one of these guys, let's say you guys are in a serious relationship and you live with him or whatever it may be, he might step out on you from time to time. But you shouldn't be taking it personal because men are able to detach sex from, feeling, unlike women. So if a woman runs around and has sex with a lot of different guys and plays the same game he does, you lower your value. If a guy does it, his value is unaffected. As a matter of fact, a way to tell a guy his higher status is when he has sex with a lot of girls. Because for men to get sex is far more difficult than it is for women to get sex. And I always say privilege is invisible to those that have it. You guys can all open up your phones right now. There's going to be 99 plus DMs of dudes trying to fuck you. It doesn't work that way for men. Even the highest status guys aren't going to have half the options of an average girl. So therefore, since the beginning of time, high status men have always had lots of women, harems of women, and women have kind of accepted that this comes with the territory for men to deal with a higher status guy. If you want a guy that's loyal, date a guy that makes 50 grand a year, whatever it may be, average guy, he might be more loyal. A man is only going to be as loyal as his options. That's the reality. So if you're going to deal with these kinds of guys, men don't fight and become successful and make this kind of money to have one woman. It just doesn't work that way. Because men have to fight to get their sexual access where you guys are just given it by birth. You guys are born with value, we have to create our value. So you can't use the same metrics to evaluate commitment as a man. Does that make sense, kind of?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So if you want a faithful guy, you're gonna have to date an average dude. You know what I mean? That's the reality. But a lot of women don't want that. Most women, all you guys actually described a man that's above average, even with 70K, etc. So the average guy in the United States, if I'm not mistaken, makes about 42.5 per year.
Yeah.
So 50 grand, even though some people might say that's nothing, that's still above average for many men. So that's the territory it is. So you got to be content with sharing it, is what I'm trying to say. If you're going to be in a long-term relationship, if you're dating him casually, he's definitely going to have other girls. But if you want him to take you seriously, you can't run around smashing other dudes. You're just going to think, and just keep you in his rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I want to add to that real quick. So, just real quick, on the panel, would you rather a guy that was a real dude, took care of all the bills, but cheated, or a guy that was catering to a guy that's a regular guy that would never cheat, but he was boring? What would you prefer?
What's boring?
As in, he's not fun. He's not for example, most girls don't want a guy that's not wanted by other women. So a guy that's just average, he's a computer nerd. He's
he's safe. He's not arousing.
Yeah, I can't have
He's
that.
not arousing.
So, just real quick, what would you choose? The guy that has the options, that can take care of you, that might cheat, or a guy that's boring, average guy, what would you choose?
Damn.
There's your answer right there. I want everybody to pay attention to that. That's what I'm saying.
That was an
No, but here's the thing.
That was actually too.
If you ask the man that question, would I rather a woman that's beautiful but promiscuous, or a girl that is cute but loyal? The man is always gonna take the loyal one. For guys, it's simple. It's yo, I don't want no hoe, right? If I'm gonna take her seriously. For women though, and that goes to show what I'm saying. If you're high status enough, a woman will share you. That's why you have to think about it. You're like, for a man, it's automatic. I don't want to date no hoe, and it's and women don't like hearing this when I say it. Women are literally programmed to share the highest status man.
Yeah.
That is why one guy can impregnate hundreds, if not thousands of women. Since the beginning of time, the highest status men have had harems of women. Did you guys know that only about 40% of men have, actually been able to have children in their lifetime during the dawn of human history, versus 99% of women have reproduced? So that tells you right there. If it's 40% of the guys or fucking 99% of the girls, they had multiple women, and women have been okay with it because women will take security and provisioning over, a dude that's lower status. Does that make sense?
I agree. I have to say honestly, the one that's gonna take And to me, and I've been in a situation that I was with someone I was boring, I was like, you always end up going with somebody that's gonna keep you on your toes. That's how I see it, realistically.
Well, you didn't get to answer. We didn't mean to cut you. Go ahead.
Oh.
Your reaction was just too good. The fact that you had to think about it so hard, it was gold.
I mean, I wanted both.
Yeah,
But that's what I want.
And I think a lot of women want both. Well, a lot of women want both, but it's very difficult to find. You ain't gonna. Well, I'll be honest. You ain't gonna find a loyal alpha male. That's what women want. You ain't gonna find it. You know what I'm saying? If he's alpha, that means he understands his value, and the man that understands his value understands that there's no way I'm tying myself down with one chick. This is stupid.
And also, what if you did find that guy? Why is he gonna choose you? That's the thing. No, but like, think about it. There's many beautiful girls here in the States. Why you on all the girls?
He might love you. And I get what you're saying. Like, and here's the thing: he can have multiple women smash him and still love you, but a lot of women aren't comfortable with that. Like, I'm not gonna share my guy sexually, but I say this: if you're dealing with a hard-standing guy, learn that he's gonna smash other chicks, but if he comes home to you, you're the one.
Yeah.
But a lot of women don't like that. They're like, that's messed up. What do you mean? So,
What you choose?
I mean, I completely understand, you know, your opinion on that. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like in a fairy tale or something, but yes, I do agree, like sometimes higher standard guys, you know, will tend to cheat and do all that. But I feel like there is a possibility of real love though. Like I feel like, no, for sure, like I feel like there is, like there's no way that
can you define real
like
love so we can have a conversation about it?
Okay, so I want to use this example.
Like unconditional love?
I feel like, I mean, I don't know their life. I mean, he's dead. He's in heaven now. But that basketball player, Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
I feel like him and his wife are just like inseparable. You know what I mean? Like I've never heard anything negative about that relationship.
She's young. She's young.
He cheated many times.
Yeah. Oh, he did?
Yeah.
So,
Before you were born. Before you were born.
And that's a perfect example right there. Vanessa Bryant was intelligent enough to understand that, hey, he's going to have sex with other women, and it is what it is, but I'm his wife. I'm the one that he has children with. He's always going to support me. So when he had that scandal in Colorado back in 2004, right?
Wow.
yeah.
Google that if that's the right year.
I think it was 04, 05.
Okay.
But, yeah, he had that alleged rape case. I'm trying to keep it user friendly. And then, you know, obviously they never pursued the case because it was a false allegation. That's a whole other story. She stuck by him. Why? Because she realized, unfortunately for her, to deal with guys like that, they have the leverage, not you. There's a million Vanessa Bryants that are attractive women out there. Beauty is common women, high value men are not. You're not going to be able to lock down a guy like that into NBA, multi-millionaire, basketball player, NBA legend, etc. To be able, you're not going to be able to lock him down as a regular girl. So she had literally an anomaly. So she ain't going to let go of that. You know what I mean? So she made the smart decision and understood. Men are men. It is what it is. He loves me though. You know?
So see what's gonna
So
happen.
then, in that case, then I would say, then yeah, I would have the guy, you know, be with me regardless, and then even if he, you know, mingles with other women, but he can't get mad if I flirt a little bit.
What?
He's absolutely going to get mad because
crazy.
men are very territorial with women. As a matter of fact, a woman
He's crazy.
flirting. I would argue a woman that flirts
Oh, my
and or
goodness.
dresses provocatively is cheating.
After getting a high value man?
I think the blessing is cheating.
It's like a fortune sign.
I mean, it's a little like hot, but I mean,
But think about it, right? We just a certain way. What happens? They see you up, right? They DM you, they
Oh,
email
no.
the person. If you're with a guy, why do you want to call that attention? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
So do you prefer your women to dress up to cover up more? To
It's
be more
not
conservative?
with her.
Yeah.
That's a lot. If I'm not worried, it's like, yo, like, what you doing? It's like, it's kind of
Okay, I get that.
you're for sale at all times. And if you're with me, it's one thing. If you're not with me, it's like, yo, like,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, infidelity for a woman is merely advertising herself. It's just that we live in a world now where most guys don't have the balls to tell a woman, hey, I don't like the way you're dressed, you need to change, and holding women accountable because that's considered controlling or toxic. No, it's not controlling or toxic, it's disrespectful to the man because the man understands that when you dress like that and you walk out into public, you're putting yourself out in a certain light that, hey, I'm using my sexuality to garner attention from the opposite gender, and that is disrespectful to men. What's up? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do
I
that.
got one real quick. So think about this, right? Money, you spot a Ferrari, right? 300K, you spot a Ferrari. Brand new. Is painted to the chill. Everything's brand So, when you park in the hood, leave the door open, the windows down. What do you think is gonna happen? Boom. But you knew parking in the hood what might happen. So a girl doesn't, like crazy like that. Like she goes to like a party, what can happen? Guys gonna hit her up. So that it's kind of like guys feel like that. Like, you know what? Yeah, she's my girl and all, but like if you're one of those like scenarios, it's gonna happen no matter what you do. It's like you can't control other people sitting in your car, but in terms of people are gonna hit your girl up because she's hot. So just what it is.
A woman advertising her sexuality is cheating in itself. Because, let's keep it stacked. Women live off of attention. If you guys don't believe me, all of you guys have Instagrams with probably your best picture on it, correct? Subconsciously, you keep a very good Instagram because you understand that your Instagram is like your social business card. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to put any unflattering photos of yourself on Instagram. Well, number one, because you want to compete with other women. But for number two, if I DMs you, go respond. You know what I'm saying? So, it's women always put their best foot forward when they go out into society, but when you put it in a provocative sense with zero modesty, well, you're basically telling your boyfriend, hey, listen, I love your security and everything like that you're my boyfriend, but I'm still for sale to the highest bidder. And it's disrespectful to men because most men that have nuts are territorial with their women and don't like their women advertising. It's just that a lot of guys suppress this because we live in a world now where if a man holds a woman accountable, he's considered toxic, misogynist, controlling, whatever. We're not being controlling. We're in control. The difference is you can do what you want. You can go ahead and dress provocatively, but you're not going to get my commitment when you do that. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's just that you can't have your cake and eat it too, as Fresh was saying earlier. So you have a. So you think.
I still believe in love. Like, that's just the way that I am. Like, I feel like I will find somebody that will hopefully, like, love me, but I will say, I feel like, as a woman, I don't really like to put my man in such a pedestal. I feel like he should put me in a pedestal. You know what I mean? Like, and what I mean by that is, like, I'm not saying you should dress like crazy, like slutty, like, oh my god, my boobs are nothing like that, but like, I feel like a man should know what's his. You know what I mean? Like, a man, if you go into the club, let's say, and she's wearing a nice tight dress, even if a guy's trying to get at her, like, she should know her place with her nigga, and he should know his place with her. Like, I feel like there should be a mutual understanding between the relationship. I don't think that it should all be based on what the guy thinks or what the guy wants. Like, I just don't think it should be like that because it's kind of unfair. Because if it was flipped the other way around, I feel like men would not agree. If you know what I mean. But I'm not close-minded. I do understand what you're saying too. I feel like it's always been like that since the beginning of lifetime. But I don't know.
So you threw all that out there. So because I get a lot of pushback from women on dressing provocatively and everything else like that. So I'll give you guys an example why it's unacceptable for women to dress provocatively when they're in a relationship with a man. So let's go down memory. Let's go into a dream world, okay? Okay. Let's say I'm dating you seriously, right? Like we've been in a long-term relationship for 5 years, right? And our anniversary's coming up. I'm taking you on a trip to Barbados. Right? For all the people out there that think that Fresh is Nigerian.
Barbados, man.
But I take you on our 5th anniversary to Barbados. We've been together for a long time. You know I'm going to propose. More than likely, your friends are getting you up. Hey, he's going to propose, get ready, make sure you're looking good, blah, blah, blah. He's going to walk you on the beach, he's probably going to do whatever. Your family's fine, you're all excited, whatever, right? So we pack our bags, we go to Barbados, right? And we land in the hotel. I'm like, hey, baby, I got to go to the gym. And I walk out, right? I leave my phone accidentally. Then you hear what was that? You should be getting messages right now. And you look at the phone, you see a text message from a random work number, 917, right? And
Oh my God.
no, is that? Yeah, I think that's the number.
Yes,
Yeah, 917. You're like, what the hell? And then you remember my code, right? You punch it in, and you open up the phone, and it says, hey, rent's due. I need $2,000.
Why are you even going in my phone?
And then you see a picture of like boobs coming next. You're like, what the hell? Then you open up, you get interested. You're like, what's going on here? Like, and then you
Why is she even going in my phone?
You see DMs. I'm paying another girl's bills. I bought a car for another girl. Obviously, he's got some money, right? I'm supporting another girl through college. Whatever. You find out that there's 6 women that I'm dealing with and supporting financially and taking care of. And I brought you here to the Barbados to more than likely to propose to you. How would you feel upon finding these text messages and DMs and everything?
Nope. I'm sorry, I'm out. I'm getting my plane ticket. I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
So let's just go. Okay, that you guys feel right now? That's exactly how men feel when you walk out showing your ass and your tits to random men. That same betrayal that you feel, right, with a man providing for another woman, that's how men feel when you dress provocatively out in public. Because here's the reality. Men bring security, provisioning, right, to a relationship. I betrayed you and gave it to other women. Women, what do you guys bring? No matter how much money you make, whatever, keep it a stack with you guys. No one gives a fuck how much money you make or how successful you are. Men care about your sexuality. So when you share your sexuality, i.e., showing your boobs off, your ass on the internet, whatever it may be, you're cheating, whether you want to accept it or not. That same feeling of betrayal that you guys felt, where I was supposed to marry you and I was supporting all these other women, that's how men feel when their girl steps out dressed like a hoe. The thing is, though, is that most guys don't have the balls to tell women this, because if you say this, you're instantly going to be labeled a misogynist, insecure, toxic, or controlling. What I am saying is this: if you want a relationship with a man, and you want it to actually last, and you want him to love and respect you and take you seriously, you gotta respect yourself first, and you gotta understand that there's boundaries and rules in dealing with certain types of men. And if a guy truly loves you, he ain't gonna want to share you with everyone else. You know what I'm saying? And I get what you guys said. Oh, well, it could be the other way around. Okay, guys. In what bizarre world is the woman making all the money and supporting other men, and she's cheating on her husband? Let's keep it a stat. It doesn't exist. So I have to give you the male equivalent to it so that you guys will understand where I'm coming from. Because no woman is going to provide for a man. And if she does, it ain't going to last long term. Women are not built to provide for men financially. However, men are built to provide for women financially. And that's just the way it is. So that's how men feel about women that show their body off. They're scared to say that.
And I'm actually gonna agree with you, honestly. I feel like it's the type of way you carry yourself. To me, I mean, you know, you are, like, who stands by you is the type of person who reflects on you. So to me, the way you carry yourself is the way people see you. Like, there's a saying in Spanish that says, if you're going to do anything, you're going to do like that. You know, tell me who you are, and I'm going to tell you that. You know, tell me who you hang out with, and I'm going to tell you who you are.
Yeah, right.
That's why I say.
Yeah.
To me, I 100% back you guys up, because it is true. You want someone next to you, you know, to be, you know, covered up, respecting you, because at the end of the day, if she's going out, kind of dressed off, she's not respecting you.
Yeah, and then if you
You're not
guys...
respecting yourself, not
In
respecting
a
her.
relationship,
We're not saying
that's very
we're not saying do it for like any guy in the street.
in a relationship.
That actually high value, that actually is gonna take care of you, that's worth it. Because do it for a bum ass nigga, then it's gonna be dumb.
Sorry, I just feel like a woman that will go out and she's in a relationship and she goes out dressed like that. I mean, the guy's a simp. She doesn't care about
she'll
me.
like
Yeah,
Yeah,
she'll
that's
be
not
honest.
like, I'm not gonna lie, we've all been there. I feel like I'm when you can, you know, correct me. We found guys we don't really like, and that's.
We all presented
We dress how we want. If we really respect a man, he doesn't even have to tell us how to dress like that because we're not gonna go out in that way. First of all, we're not even gonna want to go out without them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we do.
Yeah,
Yeah, we want to go with them. And we're not gonna dress like that because we don't want to mess with people. So, I understand.
Yeah, and that's what I tell guys on this podcast. You know, you can't control your girl. The only thing you can do is understand, be willing to walk away, and that in itself, if you're high status enough and you're a strong world leader, that's gonna put the fear and doubt in her that she's not gonna want to do anything that's gonna piss you off, and you'll be able to walk away. A man's only power, really, guys, is to be able to walk away.
Yep.
But the only way you have that power to walk away is you must be worth the fear of losing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys will be losers, lower status, broke, whatever. Hey, girl, you can't dress like that. She ain't gonna care because you're a bum. She don't respect you. So it all comes down. I always say, women that go out at night with their girls dressed provocatively, yeah, they got a guy at home, but they're window shopping. You know what I'm saying? Is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get attention to see if they can get a better offer, because whether women want to admit it or not, you guys are basically bidding yourselves to the highest bidder of the guy that's going to pay the highest price for you. You're trying to get the best bidder that you can. This is why women, the makeup industry will never go out of business, no matter how bad the economy is or recession.
Yep.
Clothes, shoes, bags, and makeup never decreases. Why? Because women will always find a way to pay to stay attractive, because they understand that your real value doesn't come from your career, how much money you make. It comes from your beauty. And I hate to say it like that, but that's the reality. You know what I'm
Guys,
saying?
you need enough Pokemon badges.
Yeah, you get enough Pokemon badges, bro. You know what I'm saying? As the guys know, to be able to give those
What'd
respect.
you choose? A guy that will definitely take care of you, but he may cheat, or the guy that's boring, but will be loyal to you forever?
I don't want to encourage cheating. No, I'm just gonna say that. So like, I don't want to get into a relationship and be like, oh, you make all this money,
call this status, like, go ahead and cheat on me, but I have to go with that one, just because I don't want a boring guy.
Okay.
But I don't want to encourage it. I feel like if he really does love you, like she was saying, not that he's not gonna cheat, because you know what, I really do think that woman cheat, like even boring or not, like pussy's pussy, and it's true. You guys say like women cannot, at least for me, cannot have sex with men without emotions.
Yes.
And men, unless they're fucking for money, I think honestly, sorry for my French, but men can just fuck a woman and not feel anything. It's just sex.
You're right, yeah, we're
And
not
it's
allowed
true.
to do
No,
hard
it
to do
is.
so.
100%. No, I don't want to say, yeah, because I don't want to encourage a man to go into a relationship saying, I'm going to just cheat on this woman.
Yeah.
But,
I don't want to bore men. I can't have a bore man because I don't last. But I think loyalty goes a long way. And I think women do get a lot of, like he says, DMs or guys trying to hit on us all the time. Like I could go looking bum into puppets or anywhere.
Yeah.
And I could get it. I'm like, he's trying to hit on me. I'm horrible. But loyalty is very good for me. Your big status, like I think if you cheat, I'm just gonna walk out. I'm independent. I can finance myself. I don't need you to finance me. It would be nice if you do. I mean, if we're in a relationship and I respect you, but I'm also not gonna be embarrassed and I'm not gonna be humiliated. I'm not gonna be doing all that. So if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
So there was a reason why I asked the question is because think about this, right? Most women will never settle for an average guy. Let's keep it a stocker, right? That's why guys, if you want to get hot girls, you should level yourself up because once again, the leverage of having that type of like status and that income, you can kind of have your own standards. But if you're a bum playing Xbox all day, your standards don't mean shit. So just give me a stack. Alright, super chats?
Yeah, I'll read the super chats real quick. William the Mars, $20. The chick by Fresh, you ever heard of the song Highway to the Danger Zone? LOL. Okay. Christopher Vibe, $20. What I've learned about women here is if they make a lot of money, they belittle their man. I have no problem with women who want to get what they want, but I don't like how they treat themselves like they're so entitled. Okay. Marcus B. Uramashi, $20. I don't think he's talking about you guys, he's talking about in general.
General, yeah.
And typically women that tend to be higher earners demand a certain type of man.
Yeah.
When in reality, like, attraction's not symmetrical, that's one of the conversation. Marcus B. Uramashi, nice guy stands for non-assertive and competent coward every day. No one wants a nice guy. What women want is an assertive man who chooses to be nice, but has the option to not be. Very true, my friend.
Yes,
exactly. That's what I like. You
solid.
commented that. That's what I meant.
There you go. Christopher Potter, $20. I get where the girl on the far right is coming from. For me, if it's just a hookup, then I'm going to screw with other girls. But if I'm in a relationship, I just want to stay committed to her. Just me personally, okay?
Yeah,
CK.
That's why I am too, bro. Like if I make that choice, I'm cool with it. But if I don't make that choice, I'm single, don't make that.
Yes.
CK, $50. Lady beside Fresh, if you are not monogamous to a high value man, he will drop you. Also, as Andrew Tate described, evolutionary biology makes it very hard for women to sleep around with no attachment unless you have no soul. Men are built for it. It's very true.
No soul.
Yeah, there are chicks that, are able to be detached from sex, where you already know what time it is. So, okay, Tony Mandala, $20. If nature wanted men to be monogamous, then women wouldn't outnumber men on the planet. Very true. Liam Payat, hit them with the candy shop analogy. I don't think we need it right now. William the Mars, $50. Lady, listen up to my ads about to take you out of school. Okay, thank you. JB84, $20. Ask the girls if they have female friends who are virgins. These days it is very difficult to find one. The opposite can be said for guys though. It's very true, ladies.
A lot of virgins, guys.
Yeah, most virgins are men nowadays, not women anymore. William the Mars, $20. So chick in the middle looking for a simp?
Oh.
I guess.
What's your Instagram? Slide her DM, fellas.
You don't have a lot of sense to me.
There you go. It's right down there.
There you go.
Okay, Billy and the Mar, $20 off strike. I'm starting to see why burkas are a thing. If men can't see your wife, then they won't be tempted to hit on her, therefore she doesn't have to constantly fight them off.
Exactly.
Very true, guys. I come from a Muslim background, and yes, the reason why women wear hijabs is to protect their modesty, man. Because men, I hate to say it, as soon as they see a woman dressed provocatively, you know what happens? Respect for her goes down, and then the carnal need for getting some bedroom fun happens, and then they're gonna approach that woman in ridiculous ways.
Yo, like I told Andrew, half my family's Muslim, half is Christian. All the Christian side is divorced. On the Muslim side is still married.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
It is what it is. Hussein Al-Jamal. Men are polygamous and women are hypergamous by nature. Society, especially Western, has become liberal and removed for religious reasons, so there is no reason this: stay with one woman faithfully if he has options. Yes, very true. Scagly, 20 hours. Did you really just use the N word in front of all these N's? The disrespect, keep it. He's talking about you when you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just my Miami slang. Don't take it so serious.
Most people
My
use it.
bad, actually. Yeah, my bad.
Mark Anthony J, $50 high value men here, 6-figure advertising professional real estate investor. Ladies fresh and fit are never wrong. Listen intently, apply their knowledge and be successful. I'm not here for advice, just support gents. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
And then Christopher Vibe, $20. That's why I date tomboys girls, because they do not dress for.
That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't dress.
He's like I hit on.
That's like a reverse psychology way of saying, you know what? She's not gonna like try to turn guys. Maybe.
And dudes are thirsty. She's gonna get attention regardless.
Yep.
Love your movement, fellas. I swear I wish I was a guest on the show for the viewers' drinking game. Take a shot every time one of the girls says, I feel. Yeah, you guys will die.
I said it like 20 times.
You guys will die of alcohol poisoning. And then, we read that.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. Guys, at this point, we're going to read 15 up because we're going to get 6,000 plus live viewers. 8 turns out 20 hours. However, they will friend zone the average guy and use them to their benefit. Guys, take notes. Thank you very much. So, guys, we're going to get into the topic of tonight's show.
Chris, can you bring up those videos?
Yeah, so guys, what we're going to do here while Chris pulls this up is we are going to break down rapper Lil Uzi Vert. Purchased a vehicle for his girlfriend. And we're going to break this down and chat about it a little bit.
Yeah, so basically he said on the internet that like, because he's so good, that like, I'm changing my life for you. So he bought, I think he went on a 4-day spree, buying her whatever she wanted for 4 days straight. And bro, if that isn't been, I don't know what it is, bro, but I'm like, in my head I'm like, you know what, maybe it's a marketing strategy, but still it's like, bro, this is too much, man.
Yeah.
It's too much.
And actually, before we give our opinions, so we don't poison their opinions, let's get the girls' opinions first.
Cool.
And then, and guys, feel free to disagree or whatever, but we want to get the ladies' organic opinion on this. Chris, we got it queued up, ready to go? Okay, guys. So yeah, let's play this clip. Basically, the title is Lil Uzi Vert goes on Instagram Live and says JTP is the best, and he's dropping a new album soon. So let's.
Quick question. Y'all know who Lil Uzi Vert is, right?
Okay. The viewers out there that may not know, because we have a huge international audience.
Yeah.
He is an American rapper.
Yep.
He was featured on the song, if I'm not mistaken, was it Bad and Bougie?
Yeah,
That was one of the
videos.
big hits that he was on.
Yep.
So so this guy's all tatted up. He's kind of a straight looking
There's
fella.
a diamond in his forehead. I think he took it out now. Probably.
Yeah. He spent a lot of money on a diamond on his forehead. Great younger guy, but yeah, guys, very ostentatious rapper. Successful. Has some money. Young in his 20s.
Yeah.
Let's play this video.
Big bad and blues. Put your hands up with the blues.
just like a lot though. Like, extend it out. Don't do it all one time, because guess what, right? If you do it one time, you sure you're gonna appreciate it? Thanks, babe. Cool. What's up?
Like, we're talking about someone that has, like, more money than they know what to do with. So,
True.
and, like, by that I mean, I don't mean to, you know, get what you're saying about you, but guys loaded.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, not even make it net.
Yeah.
It's their lifestyle. It's their normal lifestyle.
Those famous people tend to post every even
They
they
have
have
to.
100%. It's for the club.
Yes, they have to feel relevant still, you know. That's what it is.
But for the average guy, that's kind of like what you're saying, his celebrity, his money, so it doesn't matter. The average guy to do something like that, just to show his girl love, is crazy to me, bro.
We'll see how long they last.
Yeah,
We have to see how long they last.
I can guarantee you, 100%. Not speak back on him, but this is not gonna last.
I don't think I have never had it.
That would be, you know, that.
So guess what, right? Quavo and Sweetie, it's about a car he bought her.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
a lot of
I
people.
hope that car is his name.
Like, give me keys.
Bro, you know what? You know, so.
But that happens a lot.
Yeah.
With most celebrities.
So I was taking some notes during this, and I listened to what the others were saying very closely. And gentlemen, this is going to be a learning lesson for you guys. Women are never going to tell you, regardless of how poor their behavior is or whether they deserve it or not, to not spend money on them. Every lady on the panel agreed that he's doing the right thing. He should be buying her gifts and all this other stuff and spoiling her when they don't necessarily know if she deserves it or she earned it, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, we don't know that,
So-
but I mean, I don't think it's nothing wrong.
No, there's a problem with it. And the thing is that when you spend money on women that have not earned it, what's going to happen is you're going to begin to devalue yourself as a man. And the problem is that, unfortunately for women date up. They want to feel like they're with their best possible candidate, right? So when you spend money on a girl, especially early on in the relationship, ridiculous amounts of money like this or whatever it may be, regardless of how much money you make, or anything like that doesn't change instincts and hardwiring of relationships. What you're basically doing is you're pedestalizing the woman, which you mentioned earlier, which I didn't want to cut you off when you said that. But, and this is why I always say, men, you should never listen to female dating advice or listen to what women say they want or anything else like that. Because everything that women tell men to do actually makes them less attractive. Even though you guys said, oh my God, this is so cute, blah, 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 because you would like to get the stuff, the gifts and everything else like that. The reality is, when it happens, if a guy brings you flowers or he buys you gifts or anything like that, and you haven't earned it, you're going to lose respect for him. Because people do not respect what they do not earn. If it's given to them on a silver platter without working for it, they're not going to care. And gifts fall under the same rule, and especially with women, because the difference is that women love very differently than men do. You mentioned earlier, we were talking about love, right? Men tend to love girls for what they are. Women tend to love men for what they bring to the table, right? So women must respect the man first to love him. Right? That's how you're going to be able to follow his rule. If he doesn't want you to go a certain way, whatever it may be, you're going to follow his authority if you respect him. When you spend exorbitant amounts of money on a woman like this, right, it telegraphs that you care too much, and I guarantee you that she has not brought enough value to compensate for this amount of money that you spent on her. But this guy is a younger dude, probably not that experienced, has a lot of money. That's why so many rappers go broke, because they do stupid stuff like this. And here's the other thing too. I can tell that he's sexually inexperienced because he said, oh my God, that pussy's bomb, blah, 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 blah. Guys, I tell you guys all the time, you need to get out there and date girls, and you need to have sex with a lot of women. The reason why is because the more women you have sex with, the less precious pussy is going to become to you, and the better you will be at discerning what? A female's character.
Facts.
When you're blinded by box like this guy, you're going to make stupid decisions like this, where you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is what we just saw on camera. He's probably spent millions on this girl. And spending money on girls and investing money in gifts and everything else like that, not the best way to spend your money. You know what I'm saying? And this is why so many rappers and celebrities go broke, especially when they have high-profile relationships like this. So my advice to the guys that are watching is, make women earn anything you give them. That's the only way they're going to respect you, because women must respect you first to take you seriously. And when you spend money on women, in the beginning, without them earning it, it's just a matter of time until she loses respect for you. And the last thing you want to do is ever take a woman seriously and invest that kind of money simply because of sex. Because if I'm going to spend those kind of resources on a girl just for bringing sex to the table, because she hasn't added any other value. Sex is a given. A woman has to bring other types of value to be able to be taken care of to that degree. So, yeah, guys, don't be a simp. That is some simp behavior right there. And yeah, that's just my advice. And I found it very interesting how the ladies at the table were immediately like, yeah, you should spoil a girl, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Versus like not thinking like, did she deserve that? I don't know.
Yes, I wanted to ask you, what do you mean about, did she earn it? How do you think a woman can earn that?
Who's this? Somebody, okay, here you go. Drink a refill. Okay, how does a woman, your question is, how does a woman earn it?
How do you feel, because you're saying, or, you know, he's getting her all this stuff. I'm pretty sure if he's a high celebrity, I'm pretty sure he has a lot of pussy around him, and women are throwing pussy at him all the time. You know, as a matter of fact, you pick and choose who you want to be with. So I'm pretty sure he's had his fair share, but how would you define a woman earning that kind of splurge?
I mean, to spend that kind of money is pretty ridiculous in the first place. But I mean, if you're gonna say what would make a woman worthy of spending resources on her in the first place?
I mean, I don't to that extent because he's a high celebrity. I mean, I'm pretty sure G-Wagon.
Just in general.
Yeah, I'm saying in general. In general, for a man to start investing significant amounts of money into a woman, she's got to be an asset, man.
Yeah.
Like she's got to be an asset.
What would you consider an asset?
To me, that's the one that like was with me from the mud up, like from the grind, and she stayed with me throughout the whole process. You know what? All right, cool, I got you. For staying with me that when it was down, now I'm gonna spoil the fuck out of you. But that's like
that's respected. I could have
just met. Yo, it's like, why am I gonna do all that for her? Like, I would say this, right? If I got a business and she helped me with like my business, that's one thing. But that type of spending, I just met you, nah, that's like a long term. That's like, what's his name?
It's like marriage type.
Ice Cube and his wife.
Yeah.
From the beginning, she was there. That's like J. Cole and his wife. From the beginning, she was there. So it's like, that type of girl, you get everything. But if I just met you, let's slow it down a little bit because I gotta know who you are, I gotta know your character, and if you're not adding value to my life or to my business, then what's the point of even doing that?
Yeah, I'll be very honest. Most women are liabilities. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna be very honest with you, you know, most women.
You gotta spend on your woman, so I can understand what you mean.
Yeah, like most women are take. Men tend to create, women tend to take. You know, 80% of the consumer base is women. Most of the money that is spent is by women. Women hold 3/4 of the debt. You know, it is what it is. You know, there's empirical data out there that shows that women are far more likely to spend money than men are, right? And they're less financially responsible. That's not sexist. That's just fact. It is what it is. So when women get into relationships with men, a lot of the times, and I blame the men. I don't really blame the women. Women are innately consumers. You know what I'm saying? They are innately consumers. So a man needs to know that when I deal with a woman, her drive from the rip is going to be to consume. So you as the leader need to protect yourself from getting over-consumed. It's just that most guys don't have the sexual experience and the know-how how to deal with women appropriately to not be put in a position where he can't turn her into an asset and she ends up becoming a liability. Because a lot of guys will do what he's doing right now, spending money on a girl to make her happy. And this right here is a dangerous slope to go down because once you start on that precedent of leading with the wallet, buying her gifts, and then her happiness is contingent upon material objects, you're never going to be able to feed the insatiable thirst. Because here's the thing, I will say this, a woman is never going to be able to curb a man's insatiable thirst to have sex with a variety of women. Men since the beginning of time have liked a variety of women. You look at rap music videos, it's almost like a man's dreams personified. Women of different shapes, colors, etc. On the female side, however, you're never going to be able to curb a woman's insatiable thirst for products and for consumerism and for materialistic things. You know, they like nice cars, not lavish lifestyle, shoes, etc. So with men it's the sex, with women it's typically products. So once you go down that road of giving her whatever she wants, spending a bunch of money, etc., you start to get her acclimated to this. And when the money drops, that's going to be a problem because she doesn't really like it for you. And that's why we teach guys on this podcast all the time. Never lead with your wallet. Yep. Always hit girl on her first or second date. That's low investment because women are designed to extract resources from you if they can. Ladies at the table, I want you guys to be honest. Have you went out on a date with a man knowing damn well you don't find him attractive,
Yes.
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 Don't small.
Thank you.
No, yeah.
There's a reason behind that.
I mean, I
Like,
thought
not
it
for
was
just
just
for fun.
maybe you're trying to like get over someone or like, you know,
Yeah.
not just like, oh my god, let me just break this guy's arm.
I'll be honest. With all due respect, it doesn't matter why you did it.
It doesn't matter
The fact of the matter is, you did it. You took out. You went out on a date.
So
Exactly.
like, basically he wasted.
Exactly. Because I know damn well that none of you guys are paying for first dates.
Nope.
So I know that the man off rip, if you went out with him on a first date and you didn't find him attractive, there's no fucking way you're gonna pay. He probably paid. And what we teach guys is to never get into that frame and or mindset where they need to spend money to keep girls around, because once you do that, she's incapable of respecting you. You know what I'm saying?
God forbid, even on multiple dates, right?
I'm sorry?
Even on dates?
Even on dates?
No, I said even on dates, like you expect a woman to be?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
keep your first date a low investment, because let's keep it a step. You guys have been out on dates with guys that spent money on you on a first date knowing that you weren't gonna fuck him, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's every girl has done it. Every girl has done it. So the way guys need to move is they need to keep their first date investment low, because women do this. And you know, let's ask another personal question.
Have you dragged that one's pictures?
Go ahead, me. Go.
So get this, right? God forbid you go on multiple dates. 10, 20, 30, never give him the box. He's out like thousands of dollars at least, right? Now picture this. You said getting over a guy. Guess what? He's waiting for a girl to meet because he has needs.
But after
Your needs
10,
are met.
sorry, after 10, 20 dates, you should never even take a girl on
The same guy?
without noticing if she likes you or not.
Yeah.
So like, if a guy is taking a woman on a date
I know.
10 times,
That's weird.
he's a simp.
No, but think about this, right?
That's an example,
You give somebody, you give women an inch, they'll take a mile. So if the guy's not aware of the game and how to like move around women, he's gonna say, you know what? Okay, maybe if I keep giving her dates or money, I'm gonna get what I want. And what happens is, like we teach guys all the time, if you do that, you're going on a dark road, because once again, it's about you, not about him.
I don't think a girl would go on 20 dates if she's too like the guy.
What he's saying is like if the guy keeps providing for the woman,
okay.
and she's just like juicy.
If you don't interest me, I'm not gonna keep going on with you. That's it. I'll go on 2 dates. I'll try and fill you up, but if you're not in, goodbye. You know, like I don't care how much money you have. You take me, like it's just
So that's you.
That's you.
But being honest, there are many women that will go out with a man multiple times knowing damn well they're never going to actually give him any type of romantic attention, but they enjoy going out on fancy dinners, getting gifts given to them, whatever it may be. They play the game as long as they can, and right before they know, okay, I booked the hotel for us at this spot in New York City, that's when they ghost them, because they know that's when I'm probably gonna have sex with this guy. So then the girls get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, ladies. It wasn't until I just pressed you that you guys admitted, yeah, I've taken guys out on dates knowing that I was never gonna have sex with them. The thing is that men need to protect themselves and invest low, because you guys aren't gonna be the moral character. Like, hey, listen, you probably shouldn't take me on any more dates because I have zero intention of smashing you. No, you guys are gonna, play the game. If he's stupid enough to take me out on these dates, I'm gonna finesse him for everything that he's worth. And the thing is that most guys, to be honest with you ladies, they're fucking retarded when it comes to women. Be honest, like they don't understand how women think. They believe in the nice guy narrative. They kind of like you know how you believe in love and Disney fairy tales, everything like that. A lot of guys believe that too, but here's the problem. When men believe in fairy tales, they lose. When women believe in fairy tales, you guys are able to actually live in that fantasy world. No, you don't. You don't.
We lose all the time. We lose.
Yeah, we can speak and stuff.
Real quick.
We do.
Guys, let me finish my point. Men tend to live in a fact-based reality. If I'm fat, broke, unattractive, there's consequences to that. I don't get sex. I get made fun of by society. I get shamed, whatever it may be. I'm considered a bum, and no one cares, right? However, if you are a woman, right, and you're fat, body positivity, it's okay, girl, love your curves. No, incorrect. There's gonna be
your curves, so I got a big old hamburger like on your stomach.
You're still going to get attention from the opposite gender, even if you're obese as a woman. You're going to get body positivity. You're going to be told you're pretty no matter what. Society has conventions that make women feel better about themselves regardless of their bad decisions. Those institutions don't exist for men. Body positivity, you're a queen, you're strong, you're independent, regardless of your bad decisions. Men don't live in that reality. So what I'm trying to say is that When men live in a Disney fairy tale like you are kind of right now, no offense,
It's okay.
they get punished for it because they think women are sugar and spice and everything nice. When women live in a Disney fairy tale, it's okay because society lies to women all the time and tells them you don't necessarily have to self-improve. When's the last time any of you ladies have been told, hey, you know what? You're a fucking loser. You're a bum. You need to improve. No one does that. It's actually discouraged to criticize women. That's why we get attacked on social media all the time. You're telling women that they're losers or fat or whatever it may be. You're toxic. You're a misogynist. And no one will bat an eye. No one will say anything because it's politically incorrect to criticize women. However, it's okay to criticize men. So what I'm saying is that men are held accountable for their deficiencies. Women typically aren't. So it's in a guy's best interest to live in reality because if you're not, you think girls are sugar and spice and everything nice, you end up like this idiot spending a lot of money on a girl and getting left eventually.
Yo, rank the video right now. We got
What's up? What's up? What you about to do to them?
IGs?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm K Miami 88.
Mine's Ash X Rose.
I'm DXANACM.
Yo, what's up with these Instagram?
Mine is Arena Vidal.
What is mine?
Mine is JoJo
No, I don't talk.
30486.
Melvin.B3.
Do you work again?
I work at Cheetahs in Hollandale.
Melvin.B3.
You guys ever like the video? I just broke my Patreon sign.
Yeah, for
That
real.
is easy though.
Like the video, brothers. Something
No.
to channel. Almost 150K.
And Fresh literally just punched me. I don't know what. You're a terrible ninja, bro. Yeah, it's okay. I'm
I'm
We messed around. We got our ninja start.
What is this?
You guys better like the video. I just broke my Patreon sign.
Yeah, for real. Like the video, fellas. Sub to the channel. Almost 150K.
And Fresh literally just punched me.
Like this.
Yeah, man. You're a terrible ninja, bro. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so, what were we before that?
We're talking about, spending money on dates.
Yeah. So that's why I would say that the guys should invest a lot in the beginning. I'm not saying don't spoil a girl and spend money on her. I ain't saying that.
Yeah.
What I am saying though is that she's gotta really earn that.
Yeah.
So that she values and everything else like that. But yeah, if I'm gonna be in a serious relationship with a girl, she ain't gonna pay no bills. But that's gonna come at a cost. You know what I mean? She's gotta really earn that. Because I do believe if you're gonna be a traditional man, you need to adhere to everything that's traditional. But at the same time, if I'm gonna be a traditional guy, I expect a traditional woman.
Yes.
So yeah.
Quick commercial break, super chat.
Okay, we're gonna transition over.
A lot of them. So,
okay, good evening, Myron and CEO Barbados. I'm known as AJ. I use my real name because I believe in staying behind what I say. I'm a psychology major looking to continue studying in Florida. Do these ladies believe they represent the majority of the area? I would say no, I don't think they do. You guys are surprisingly grounded. Most girls come on here and say, I want a guy that makes $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's most Miami girls.
Yeah.
Carlos Surratt, $100 super sticker. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, one girl actually came on the show and told us $500,000 a year is a bump.
Yeah, it's a bump for her.
How much was she making?
She does OnlyFans. She does pretty good, but I don't know how much she really makes.
Yeah.
Not that
She
much.
just references celebrities only for the most part.
Yeah, but she's not a top earner. She probably makes less than $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Because she's not in the top like 6%.
Is she single? She's single. She has a
Situations.
Yeah, she's basically a groupie for rappers. Okay. Mark Anthony J. $50. Women love value and men love, i.e., respect, submissiveness, loyalty. Okay. Boom. Okay, $50 from Carlos Sorrenti, $50 super sticker. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
William DeMars, $50. She's added no value to Lil Uzi Sims line. That's what they mean by earning everything he's given to her. She hasn't done anything for him but give him the box.
Very true. There you go, man.
And I'm also alarmed, like you were saying before, you caught on to this, and I wanted to add to that. She made sure to document everything. The reason why she wants to document everything, guys, is I want to say this. A woman's value is derived from, can she procure assets from a man that she actually likes and be able to show that off? A man's value is how many hot girls can you get? If a girl can lock down a guy that she actually likes, that's why she's flexing so hard. She's not flexing to impress other guys, she's doing it to flex on other girls. Women are very competitive with the type of man that they can attract.
That's true. Yeah.
So she wants to make so much of us.
Okay, before she was dating Lil Uzi, did a lot of women, like, were a lot of women onto him? No, they weren't. They were onto him after she started dating him. Because she don't want him off. Before the women didn't see him like that. Honestly,
He's a rapper. He's always gonna be a
okay, yeah, women always gonna want him because he got money, he's a rapper, but in reality, they didn't see him as a sexual figure. Like, damn, he look good, you know what I'm saying? Now, since JT with him, they see him like that. They see him like, oh, that's the competition. That's
I will say him paying for all that
she
stuff.
said it too. I agree with her.
I would say him paying for all that stuff makes him more attractive to like some females because he's paying for a lot of stuff. But at the same time, I would say that
it makes him attractive in a very incorrect way.
Yeah.
And that's the equivalent, okay, for example, let's say you put very sexy pictures of yourself up on the internet, right? And guys like, holy shit,
I was wondering what they were doing.
thirsting over you. Well, you're getting male attention, but you're getting the wrong attention. You're getting that sexual attention only. That's the same thing when men flex their money and everything else like that. It's the equivalent. Like, you're getting attention from women, but you're attracting the wrong types of women. You're attracting women that want to use you for your money. So I'll say this: Uzi was getting girls before her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because the difference between men and women is, as a man's status elevates, more doors open, and as a woman's status elevates, more doors close. The more money you make, the less guys are visible to you. But with men, we could date down. I mean, that's more pressure on the spot. He's about to date a chick that works at CBS. Yeah, CBS, nice. Yeah. Like you guys. Especially for the two ladies at the table, right? The two ladies at the table that are higher earners. You guys are going to look at that guy. He's not even a visible kid. So that's the difference. You know.
Damn.
That's 75. When the money drops, the pussy stops. Fresh and fit, best in the world. Thank you very much. results would increase their happiness if they decreased their social media. Remember, women in 1920 were pretty happy. Are you willing to sign compromise? Would you guys have social media for a guy?
Yes, I would.
I would too.
If I'm in a committed relationship and I did it in my last relationship, if you don't want it, then that's it. It's ultimately what you guys decide on. You know, if you don't want it, you don't want it.
Yes, I agree. I would.
So you would?
I would.
You would?
Too, if it's gonna, like, for example, it's gonna make the relationship better, like you said.
Yes.
And that's what he wants, 100% on social media.
Exactly.
It's a
you don't
mutual
drop it
thing,
too.
we're both gonna drop it, but social media shit, that's smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Honestly, if you're the one, then maybe. You know? If you're the one,
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
I don't know. I feel like if you're the one and you really, really want that, okay, maybe. I'll make an exception, but you got to, you know, it has to be mutual as well, and you have to be that guy. You know?
Yes, that's something to do.
Yeah, why not?
Social media.
Honestly, I wanna say
Why? Because where's the trust? You know? To me, you're supposed to trust each other. You should be like, I wasn't in a controlling relationship. I was in a controlling relationship for way too long. And honestly, I didn't get anything out of it. So, to me, I mean, I think we should trust each other. And, I would.
Remember how we talked about a woman dressing provocatively, though?
Yeah.
You could trust the alarm system on your Ferrari, but parking it in the hood is still stupid.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree with that. But honestly, like, I mean, I wouldn't. To me, it goes back to like loyalty and trust.
So basically what you're saying is, I'll keep my options open, and he just has to do it.
Not in that sense. I think it depends what you're doing on social media.
Yeah,
What you're posting on
yeah,
social
yeah.
media.
I
If
agree.
I'm posting a picture of my dog, like, I mean, and you're still insecure, then you're hiding
But
something.
let's be real.
Yeah.
Your Instagram right now, look at it right now. What is it?
To me, I love to travel. So what you'll see is me in Puerto Rico, me in DR, me in New York. That's what you see.
In a bikini. So anyway. And the thing is, and here's the thing. We love that you ladies give this answer again on our podcast. We tell guys all the time, women will fight tooth and nail to preserve their social media. You know what I'm saying? You have to be, it's crazy, but we live in a day and age now where women are they're not going to get with their social media unless they really like you.
Yes.
Because, I'll be honest with you ladies, you guys keep your social media because you want to keep options open, you want to keep opportunities open, etc.
And actually, one thing is, that's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like social media is something that everyone has, you know.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, as long as it's not, you know, I agree a little bit with what she's saying. As long as the guy's not being toxic, oh, you can't have this because he's insecure. But if it's something mutual where you're like, look, social media is just not for us. Let's work on us. Let's delete it. And he tells me, please delete it. Like, I want to work on us. I'll delete it. Why not?
No. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You ladies are not going to like this, but I'm going to say this. You need to delete your social media. He doesn't.
No.
So what you guys gonna look at?
It's not mutual.
Updates all day?
What if our pictures are decent? What if we're not
Social media got deleted.
This is the thing.
Yeah, like I don't think that's together on social media. Naked women, right?
Ladies. See, here's the problem. You guys, this is again, a lot of women like to. Okay, men and women are not the same. We're not the same at all. Okay, I'll give you guys an example. Can I get into a nightclub for free? Just based on the way I look?
Yeah.
Oh no.